Needless to say, I'm the reason why Capture the Flag was banned on that particular plateau. Hello there, welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio, you little beauty. If you're new to the podcast, welcome on in. Jump on in. The water's bloody fine. There'll be a little bit of swearing. We've got a great guest on today's podcast. Today's podcast, of course, brought to you by the Weapons at Jim Beam, the world's #1 bourbon and New Zealand's #1 spirit. Thank you very much for the support team. Much appreciated. Now, we've got Wobbles on the show towards the end of this episode. Just a legend. He's got cerebral palsy, but that 100% doesn't define him. But the book that he's written just really pulls the curtain back. Like, I've got nothing but respect for the warriors that deal with having cerebral palsy, but fuck, he's just such a good human, eh?
Just
so funny.
Yeah, taking it in stride. And he's got a great story. It's one that you'll want to listen back to over and over and over and over and over again, because you will pick up different bits and pieces from that chat as well.
Yeah, totally.
We talk about how Dunc used to be a fucking cactus torturer in the pod today. Weird knuckle tattoos that you can get.
Yes, the different combinations. You've got 10 to work with as far as the knucks go. We're going to make the call for the PlayStation 5 winner, which is epic. And then the reason why we're talking about cacti or cactus.
Cactuses
is because that's part of the war story that we're going to kick the podcast off with. Good to have you back. Enjoy the podcast.
Warning. This podcast contains explicit content, strong language, and graphic stories which may be offensive or upsetting to some listeners. If you are sensitive and don't have a dark and twisted sense of humour, please fuck off and listen to something else, because this is not for radio.
Sage advice. Sage advice.
She came to our studios. We met her.
Did we?
Yeah, she was the one with all the like iguanas. And
shit, it is too.
Yeah, I was like, man, I would know that voice, 100%. Yeah, she was awesome. A couple of pieces of feedback before we get into the first war story, which I'm going to preface by saying it is Allie from Fort Worth, Texas. We had one from Allie before, and it was fucking out the gate.
Got mad. I mean, obviously, every single chat that we get sent from fucking everywhere seems to be cooked. We random aside, just what I remember, there was a New Zealand Principals Association fucking conference not long ago, and a friend of mine who's a principal, he'll remain nameless. Anyway, he was like, there's like fucking 30 of them in there listening to Not For Radio, and they were all like, I listen to it when I'm driving to school. I listen to it when I'm driving away from school. I listen to it when my fucking kids are meant to be doing sustained silent reading.
What?
Yeah,
here I was thinking that it would have been brought up, being like, all the kids are listening to it, and this is a real concern.
No. Fuck, it would be though if they got a hold of it. But yeah, he reckons he just sits
it's an education.
He sits there in his class, like ugly crying, like he's just found out like his loved one's died. You know when you go.
Ugly crying, so good. I just had this message from Daniel Smith yesterday saying, hey Dunc, have been getting into the Not For Radio podcast and been tuning my way through them and enjoying them so much that I've signed up to become a Sniper Elite. The top
Huzzah!
brass. Welcome, mate. I've had some time on my hands lately recovering from a kidney transplant. Had to be off work and everything for 6 weeks, and thankfully found your podcast, and it's been keeping me slightly sane. Love your work, fella, and Showboss Teagues, Wesley Lee, all the best. I was like, holy fuck, you've got a bit on. I was like, also, I'm not sure listening to us is going to keep you fucking sane for long, sort of thing. He's like, few hurdles I'm jumping through, mate, but I'll be working on being better than before. I may not stay sane, but entertained, that's for sure. So there's that message. I was like, great, worth a mention. And then this one here from Dan McKinley. I won't read out. He's been having a rough time as well, but he's also at some point going to get our faces tattooed on his backside and wants to come and meet us in studio to reveal it. So he actually touched base ages ago, but he's had so much going on. But he's got his tattoo artist to draft it up. And I was like, what a way to like reveal it to us in studio. He said he's currently working FIFO driving some of Australia's largest road trains, so you fuckers are in my ears for 14 plus hours a day.
Sick.
To pass the time, I've been re-listening to Not For Radio. Only started a month ago, so I've finalised the numbers. Oh, sorry, hang on. Re-listening to Not For Radio and have been doing a bit of NFR bingo, but a Not For Radio bingo. I've only started the data a month ago, so I've only finalised the numbers from episode 1 to 200. This month I'll do 200 to 400. This is so outrageous. Feel free to share them with the team as I've categorised them as follows. Number 1 to 200, Jay. Mentions growing up on a farm 4 times. Says buddy of mine. 13 times. Says something controversial about Dunks, Teagues, Caleb or Westy Lee, 27 times.
Sliding scale.
Mentions Tauranga Boys College, 10 times. Carries on about how he enjoys the 8-bit intros, 23 times. Uses J words such as scratcher, croucher, shit snipper, thunder pumped, shit whipped, 18 times. Gets sweaty hands, thinks he's going to spew, 28 times.
Fucking hell.
This one is
Consistent,
Caleb from
if nothing else, you know?
Caleb from when he was helping out producing. Mentions / gets mentioned that he's a ref 13 times. Says yeah nah 9 times. Dunc mentions Dixie and the kids 12 times. Mispronounces places and words 38 times.
You fucking spud.
Yeah, I forgot this next one. Uses Dunc words. Admin, great shout, nudge, wedge, mean, hundy, wounder, hard out, hard mahi, how's it, out the gate, 132 times.
Shit. It's basically one of those words plus Dixie and the kids.
Teagues disapprovingly says, oh, Jay, 31 times.
That's pretty, I reckon that's light.
Wheezes from laughing, 2,051. Average wheeze per episode is 10.255.
That's amazing.
200 to 400 bingo data coming soon, which will include Westy Lee. In the meantime, go well, go long, and up the wires for 2026. Amazing, eh?
Fuck, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I'm forever impressed by. We're sitting, I mean, like you can see, we're sitting in a fucking studio in New Zealand, in Auckland, and someone will pick this up in their ears in the most fucked place in the world.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's wicked.
It's just very hard to wrap your head around. I mean, we always say it. I don't think we will. Let's do a war story. This is what people come here for. They bloody love them.
Attention, snipers! Gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories. Your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
This is from Ellie in Fort Worth, Texas. Howdy, fellows and fellettes. You can call me Ellie because that's my fucking name. I led a sheltered life. Not really. I spent my formative years out in West Texas, or so we called it. It was really the panhandle. It was where the Great American Plains meet the desert. It was where the great grasslands of the rolling prairies fucked off and scrub and dust of the desert started to stretch its tendrils out across the land. The grass was yellow, the dirt was red, the sun was hot, and there was a lot, and I mean a lot, of cacti. They came in all forms, from a regal yucca to the short squatty bastard known as the prickly pear. Every summer, I went to camp during the days at a local park hosted by the YMCA. The counsellors were just some college students trying to pick up some extra cash. Between them, they come up with this rotation system for the fun activities. Each age group would rotate together. One day we would be fishing, while one day was a canoe. You get the picture. Every couple of weeks was an extra special day for the older kids. It was Capture the Flag Day. We'd slather on our sunscreen and don our hats and bandanas. We'd each grab our sack lunch and a bottle of water and form a line at the door of the clubhouse when our group was called and start chattering away about the spot we saw last time, or where we thought we might be going this time, and then off we'd set on this hike. One fateful day, our hike didn't take us far from the clubhouse. We'd hiked around a trail that slowly climbed upwards until we were on a plateau overlooking the clubhouse. The drop was about 30 feet. You always wait for the bit like, where's this going pear-shaped?
I was also just thinking in terms of doing like what they call a RAMS form, which is a risk and accident management fucking sheet or something.
Fuck that thing.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Well, none of that in Texas. You just go, there's that much shit in the desert that can kill you. And they're up at
You're running off and they go, look out for the rattlesnakes. Yeah. Remember when I said the rolling prairies fucked off and scrub and dust of the desert started to stretch its tendrils out across the land? This plateau was half the size of an American football field. On either end, there was a stand of, mesquite trees?
Yeah.
On each end with...
It's great for barbecuing, mesquite.
I've got it at home, actually.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, for the Traeger pellets. With thorns that measured 3 to 6 inches long.
Ooh.
Oh, and they were so thick, they gouged stripes in your shin like you went 10 rounds with Shere Khan from the Jungle Book. There were boulders so high that kids had injured themselves on them. I got concussion maneuvering through them one time. You had the cliffs, the mesquites, and the boulders, but the field in the middle was wide open. Once you got that flag, climbed through the boulders, got clear of the mesquites, got away from the cliff, it was a dead sprint to your side of the camp across a clear, open field of cacti. That's right, you be right. Elementary school students were trying to outrun each other, tag each other, and steal back a flag in 50 yards of knee-high, blood-drawing, demon-spawned vegetation. There I was, maybe 11 or 12 years old. About 3 of us had made it across the clearing. I had no idea where anyone else was. I had one goal in mind: capture that fucking flag. There was a ring of boulders overlooked by a stand of junipers, and down at the very bottom there was a green piece of vinyl. There was no one around. I heard chaos ensuing at the other flag. I knew I had to act fast. I'd never been one to carry it across the finish before. I was so excited. I snatched the flag just as fast as I could, and I took off running to shouts of, "Hey!" and "Stop!" I dodged and ducked through the mesquite while the thorns ripped at my skin and my clothing. White stripes and beads of blood started to appear across my skin, but then the trees were gone. It was the home stretch. I just had to run across a stupid fucking field before anyone caught me without tripping and would win. I took off. I was a basketball player. I was just a basketball player with shorter opponents, a pivot here, a pick there. Nope, I was wrong. These opponents grab your fucking shoelaces. They tangle in your socks and they dig into the leather of your high top, causing your shoe to stop while you're traveling forward. Then they stab you through the hand, cheek, and the eye. Oh. No, these opponents don't play fair, guys. My right foot got tangled in one, and I tripped falling forward into the medieval torture pancakes. Several thorns went through and through. The camp counselors lost count of the big ones that hadn't broken off, and the top of my foot, my ankle, my shin, my hip, my ribs, my armpit, my forearm, my hand, and my face, and my right side, my left hand, and one from my motherfucking eye. My mum removed the ones that had broken off, and some of the little hair ones that got when I got home, the little ones stung and they fucking itched. Needless to say, I'm the reason why Capture the Flag was banned on that particular plateau. Cacti are dicks. Keep doing what you guys are doing. You put a smile on my face every day. I love that y'all talk about men's health and mental health, and I hope that you all keep up the great work. How does it go? Up the motherfucking wires.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I fucking hate cactus, eh?
I had heaps of them growing up, eh?
What, you made them, grew them?
You used to be able to buy them from collected them a little bit. You used to be able to buy them from a stand at the supermarket when they were real small. And
then do what with them? Just fucking...
Well, you just can't kill them. Like a little boy wanting to look after something, it's like you could fucking forget about it for ages. And that's what I'd do. I'd forget about them for ages. And then all the corrugated bits on it would go real deep. And then you'd water them fucking heaps and they'd swell up like a balloon and the corrugation would disappear on them. They didn't enjoy their life. It rained once every few years. But I quite enjoyed having them. But they're fucking psycho. There are a couple of those. And they're small ones, man. What he's talking about or Ali's talking about, way more hard work.
We'll put the clip into the actual show notes of this fucking camel eating these cactus. They are fucked. Like proper, look like sea urchins. The craziest thing you've ever seen. And then it eats a lemon in the middle on the shish kebab and it fucking hates it.
Like real easy, eh?
Oh,
and they reckon it's the saliva that stops there. I don't get it. It's
bullshit.
Not possible. Yeah, fuck, I'm with you on that. Let's do...
This is Jay and Dunc's Not For Radio. Let me inform you, people can still hear your farts although you're wearing headphones, idiot.
I let one out in front of Tyler accidentally the other night. You know Tyler from More FM?
Yeah.
I was talking to him and I was talking about fucking the on-air system we use or something like that. And I was chatting to him. They've now got a co-host in another part of the country, which is a little bit difficult to navigate, and we're chatting about bits and pieces. I was so relaxed. I just went, perp, and I was like, shit, sorry, mate, and just carried on talking. That's all I get, all the air I gave it. I moved on. I fucking farted next to a dude I hardly know. I mean, I know him, but not that well.
Old Lou Sussel.
Lou Sussel. Anyway, he'll tell everyone, and I don't give a flying fuck. Hence why I talked about it in the podcast. I'll fart twice next time, so he's really got something to talk about. Might even shit my pants in front of him. Then he won't even talk about the time I farted next to him.
It really escalated.
So Jay's been thinking about getting some hand tats, which I think is controversial. I had a couple of mates get hand tats and they've all got them fucking lasered off.
I just thought it was I just thought it was interesting to see what you could put together in knuckle tattoos. So if you imagine, you put your fists up and it'd be like West Side, that would be like the classic. But then this came up and it was like the wildest knuckle tattoos that you can either think of, or if you're a tattooist that you've sort of dished out. So this is, I'm a tattooer. Here's a list of my favourites so far. Barbecue, as in like the full word.
Oh,
BARB,
yeah.
and then
There's got to be someone in the
ECUE.
long slow world that would get that done.
Coleslaw, more beer,
Oh, that's good.
butt chug, sandwich.
Wouldn't be able to use that one that often.
No, sandwich has got uneven, so it's SAND across
Yes.
one, and then WHICH on the like a CH jammed in, and then the last one there was frog cock, which is also interesting. This one here was a beaut. Plan a hair, so it's like PLANAHEA and no D.
right out.
Yeah, another cracker was here. Chernobyl survivor.
Obviously, that person would have a few extra fingers.
Insinuation that I got fucking covered. Hawk Tour. John Cena is
that's-
fucking a beaut.
Yes.
Macaroni.
Please, someone get that.
Foreskin. Bing bong. Left. And then on the other one, left. And then left. Rye, as in RIGH, and not enough room for the other one. Crab meat. This is fuck.
Fucking hell.
TUCH on one, KIDS on the other. Touch
Oh! One of Dad's workers had a knuckle tats growing up. Have I talked about him on the podcast before?
Possibly.
Anyway, we were up skiing and I was sort of asking, I was like, what's your hand tat say? And then he was like, oh, nothing. Wouldn't really show me. He went up seen snow for the first time, took him to Porter Heights, and he was snowboarding and a pair of jeans and a white singlet. And that was it. Anyway, he was a tough fucker, and he had black power tattooed across his knuckles. It was one of the big gangs here. Then he ended up getting coat hooked back. He was trying to get away from it all, and then he got coat hooked back into the gang. Don't know what he's up to now. I don't remember his name.
He had black power across his knuckle.
Yeah.
How would it fit?
What, with the thumbs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I show you.
It does fit.
Yeah.
It seems in your head it feels like it doesn't, eh?
Yeah.
Because when I
Seems like power's longer than black.
yeah, and then when I remembered that yarn, I was like, that must be a fucking yarn. I've made that up in my head, and then I spelled it out across my fingers using knuckles as well. You
Drew
totally
it on
can.
your hands.
Yeah, it was a
Turns
short day
out.
at school that day.
Another one here. Anal fart. Ball sack. It's
Why? I
just
can't even remember what my ET.
hand. These are
It's a big call getting nut tats.
piss here. Cock soup.
Cock soup.
Yeah, I would love, like, as a tattooist, we were talking about this off the back of your mate Naked Daz and his fucking horrendous lower back tramp stamp tribal tattoo. 90s
It's
tribal
so
tattoo.
bad it's good.
Yeah. And you just go, I don't think, if you, say for example, if I learned how to use a tattoo machine, I could literally just go and fucking get a sticker, put it on some fuckwit and write yard work on someone's knuckles. It'd look shit, but it would be in there. It'd just be done. Friends of mine have got tattoo guns before, and it always goes pear-shaped. My mate had to do the biggest live...
Huggy Bear's they bought a tattoo gun once, and after rugby, he was like, yeah, fucking tattoo me, bro. Out of all of the things on planet Earth to tattoo, they tattooed the top of Huggy's foot and drew a fucking terrible looking gecko with spots. It's like lime green with fucking blue spots or something.
Yeah. My mate Sid tattooed on my other mate Dan's leg for his birthday, "Let's live bait." In massive letters down his thigh. He goes, do it about like the size of a playing card, or, like a credit card. And he's like, sweet as, it's from his fucking knee to like his hip. And then to fuck with him even more, he put "Let's live pate" and didn't put the bottom on the B. And so now Dan's got this massive cover up because he reckons every time he took a shit, he'd stare at it and just shake his head in disgusting and fuck, what an idiot.
Oh my gosh.
But there'll be, like, you're an artist, like tattoo artists for the most part. I'd say 90% of them are very artistic people and they make beautiful work, and the canvas is the human body and, you know, all the rest of the shit that goes with it. Then some fuckwit like Daz turns up and goes, yeah, g'day, mate. I've just drawn up this fucking 90s fucking shit tribal tattoo.
They were cool then.
And I want it
I'll give 'em that.
slapped across my fucking lower back.
That part.
Okay, mate. up on the bed. You just sit there going, zzz, fuck my life. What am I doing?
It's a lot of black too, eh?
Yes.
Would have been a long
It's
time in the chair.
only one. Should we get it, in all seriousness, should we give it a fucking birthday?
Give it a spruce up, you reckon?
Yeah.
What, do you tighten the lines up?
Yeah, I reckon. Because it's probably getting a little bit bleedy.
How's the one in that last year, before we get into Wobbles, the one last year in the radio show, the listener that got Seize the Carpe?
Oh, fuck, that's so good.
That's a beauty.
Seize the carpe. If there was a,
Seize the seas.
if there was a slogan for not for radio, or, we have to have it as a crest. And there needs to be
Something written underneath it. Yeah. Well, we should do a T-shirt with that on it at
Seize the
some
carpe.
point. All right, we're going to get into our
Yes.
guests. Oh, by the way, oh no, we're going to bring the PlayStation winner. Shit, let's do that now. Tomic, we're calling somebody. Let's make this shit happen. Okay, someone's going to win a PlayStation 5 and signed Ghost of
Yote.
just under number 7 there, Tomic. We'll shoot from the top, I reckon.
It's a pick up or fuck off scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, Hyundai.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Ooh.
Hello, Josh speaking.
G'day, Josh speaking. Jay and Dunc for the fucking Not For Radio podcast. How are?
Oh, mate, I'm bloody good. How are you?
Yeah, not too shabby. What are you doing on this fine day?
Oh, just bit of mahi construction, just cruising around in the truck, eh?
It does sound very construction-y where you are right now, or that you're furiously masturbating in the work van.
Bit of both, eh? Bit of both.
Hey, bro, it's calling to let you know that you've bloody won our PlayStation 5.
Oh, you little beauty.
Oh,
You, how good.
Oh, we've got it! I can't stop it. It's out of the bag. It's gone now. It's already bolted.
Oh, my God. Piff, what if I play something else?
This is Mike from UK. You're listening to Jay and Dunc on the Not For Radio podcast. This is a sniper elite confirmed war story.
We'll get back to you in a second, mate. I even closed it. Yes!
Oh, thank fuck for
That
that.
was way too intense, bro. Anyway.
We might have hung up on you at the same
No,
time.
we haven't.
Are you there?
What kind of rig are you fellas running right now? eh?
One that we
Fucking
reversed
shit
over in
one.
the car this morning.
Absolute shithouse. Hey, that's the PlayStation 5 and the signed Ghost of Yote game. Thanks to the team at PlayStation and Sucker Punch.
Shit, that's good. Thank you so much, lads.
No, mate, you're more than welcome. We're going to chuck you on hold. You can have a quick chat to Showboss Teagues, and then we'll get it out to you ASAP. What part of the country are you in?
Man, I'm in Wellington, eh?
Sick.
Oi.
Great.
You never know with a New Zealand accent. You could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, nice work. Hey, cool. Thanks for listening, bro. Bloody appreciate you, and cheers for being top brass.
No, awesome. Thanks, lads.
Cheers, brother. Hold there.
Fucking yippee-ki-yay.
That's great stuff. Also great stuff. The one and only Wobbles is going to be our guest next. We'll give you a bit of an intro. I think you're really going to enjoy him. He's just a bloody inspiration and a funny bloke, and yeah, we've got a lot of time for him. And he's an author now of a bestseller. I might have made that last bit up, but I'm pretty sure it's right.
Fucking sounding pretty good.
Hello, Legion. We're just pausing the podcast for a moment to let you know that we have some great news.
Yes, Uber One is paying you to be a member.
Yep, if you're new to Uber One, you'll get $10 of Uber cash back each month you remain a member until the end of the year.
You'll also get access to loads of other additional savings and perks across Uber and Uber Eats, like a 5% Uber credit on all rides or $0 delivery fees on eligible orders.
How good. Sign up to Uber One for $9.99 a month and it will basically pay for itself. Ends 31st of December. December. T's and C's, minimum spend and fees apply.
Okay, this is fucking awesome. We first met our very good friend Wobbles here at the Rock 2000. He was surfing the shoulders of his mates, and I was like, that guy has taken all of the drugs on the planet and seems to be having the best time. And then we managed to catch up with you afterwards. It was then that we discovered that not only are you an epic person and you fucking love to party and you're an absolute gig pig, but you have the superpower of having CP, which is cerebral palsy. And from that, we kind of kept in touch and became mates. And I see you riding around on your Harley Davidson. This little bike that he boosts around on. And was really, really, really excited when you messaged through saying that you put a book out. And we've got the book. The book's called Wobbles, and it was done in collaboration with Ian Hunter. And I think this gives you the greatest insight that you could ever get into the world of somebody with cerebral palsy, because not only does it have your voice in here, not only does it have Ian Hunter, who's probably one of the leading lights when it comes to assisting people with cerebral palsy and working through his program, which is world renowned, but it's got your mum, your dad, and your sister in it as well. And it is a situation, and there are a million different sets of eyes and a million different lenses in which you can look at it through, and to capture all of those just made it such a fucking amazing read. And we'll kind of dive into the book soon, but it has been a while since we've seen you. So how have you been? What's new in your world?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, it's certainly been a while. I've been trying to catch up with Dave for a while, but turns out you're that busy. I have to write a fucking book just to fucking come and see you.
You see, every time we catch up for your beer, you spill the piss and get us kicked out.
It's fucking easier for a bloke with cerebral palsy to write a book than it is to catch up with Fucking hell. Yeah, what's going on in your world, though?
It's been a bit going on. It's no different to you guys busy as heaps of stuff. I bought a house recently.
Yeah, congratulations.
So we'll see, I bought it with my partner who I met not long after I saw you guys last. So we've been out for about 4 or 5 years now. So
fucking look at you go.
Boy.
yeah, and now I also got a new job with one of our biggest banks in New Zealand. But yeah, it's been good. And then, obviously, in between all that is to try and write a book and get a book out there and to publishing it and to getting everything out there, trying to get that out.
Was it an enjoyable process for you? Was it cathartic? Was it relaxing? Because you touch on it in the book. When your mind is thinking about something else, then the rest of your body calms down and you can just get on with shit. And it's almost it's the couple of drinks scenario, which just fucking pumps the brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to write the fucking book at all. I was kind of forced into it by the other author, and after my 21st birthday, it was like, shit, man, you've got a story, and you're only 20, 21. Like, there's enough there for a book. I was like, yeah. I got other things to do that involve bottles and Jesus, not really. So not really. There wasn't the whole sit down, get your quill out, and go for it. It was more. He kind of said you're really good at talking, and you talk a lot of crap. So how about you just talk, and I'll put your ramblings into some kind of fallback to go in the book. So kind of a little bit more my style, because it's also hard for me to type on the computer anyway. So that was how it kind of went in the process. Yeah.
So and I mentioned it before. Your sister, your mum, your dad, and of course Ian has his say in it as well. Were you aware of all of the things, because you obviously read it back,
can I just say while Jay's saying this too, because we mentioned it just before, but like, it is the most ruthlessly honest book.
Oh yeah.
As far as something like this goes, because for seeing someone else like growing up with cerebral palsy, I didn't know anything about it. So you just look at that person, and you go, "Fuck, that looks like a tough gig, like that sucks for them." But then like to hear how honest your mum was, like brutally honest your mum is in the book.
She's
so
VIP
hectic.
for me, eh?
She's amazing.
The fucking VIP.
And like everyone in the book is. Like your old man was a fucking ledge. Like he accepted no for a. Like there wasn't like, oh, you can't do this. It's like, when can we get him doing it? Like the fucking bit where he buys you a go-kart and you can barely walk is fucking out the gate. And then he like upsizes the go-kart not long later. Like, fuck, what a lad. Were you just, I guess you're wired that way, right? You're just like, fucking more. I can do it. Let's figure out the way. Where's the grey area? Where can I operate?
Absolutely. I'm like, obviously the therapy stuff that they did to get me to where I am. I don't remember a lot of that because I was a kid, but I guess that's kind of been, you learn from your parents, right? So those values or whatever get passed now. So yeah, it was just for me up until going to school. I didn't know that I was any different to anyone else. I think my movements are normal. And up until someone points at you, you're like, oh, fuck, am I different? So, yeah, growing up, it was just, that's I am who I am, and nothing was going to stop me. And, it's very much mum and dad had that mindset. So, yeah, and then all the way through my life now, it's probably, there is a bit of, tell me what I can't do. And watch me go and do it. And tell me what I should do, and I won't fucking do it at all. So, which really pisses my partner off. So, a little bit of that, comes through differently.
You're very, you talk about your movements. You could fit in quite easily in an Italian village.
Absolutely. I like to think I am the original sniper's nightmare, fucking hell. That guy can sit down and you can shoot the prick, but not fucking me, brother. I'm still moving. I'm sure you'll be able to see me.
Like Neo from The Matrix.
For the people watching, so, my head is like one of those bobble dogs in the back pathway of a car. But no, so, absolutely, it's been a cool process having all your family and friends kind of seeing what we actually went through.
Yeah, because just a super hectic first 5 years, eh? Like, no wonder your mum was in the head space she was, which is not a good one, like multiple times, because it's just, fuck, having a kid, full stop, is hard work, but then having to deal with your situation and then her jumping in fucking wholeheartedly into the physical therapy every day and being almost black and white with it. Like, it was fucking happening, and it was happening for, what was it, like 6-8 hours a day or something outrageous.
Yeah.
But you would just not be like operating like you are now had she not put in those fucking 7 years of outrageously longer of hard work, eh?
Absolutely not. And I know where I'd be. Even if they put half the work in, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys.
No, man.
And so it's like part of reading their chapters was quite difficult and up until then I knew, but you kind of just go along with life and we're all happy and good now. Like, that was in the past. But this kind of resurfaced everything. So Mum found it real difficult to write. She wrote all her own parts. And she tried to pull the pin so many times just because it was just bringing back all that.
Yeah.
All that trauma, and it was trauma.
Yeah.
So for her it was a bit tough. But no, when you do have a child with a disability, you get connected with other parents in a similar situation around the same age. So I've seen what life could be. And unfortunately, those people are now confined to a wheelchair. Well, one passed away when they were before their 10th birthday because they're all when you do nothing, which is what was gonna be my future. Your organs just stop working. If your body stops working, your organs just stop working. And so, unfortunately, it is hard to read and go, like, I put my mum and dad through, like, fucking hell.
Through no fucking fault of your
But
own,
that's
right?
the thing, right? They say the same thing. Everyone would say it's not my fault. And Dad wrote that in the book. He's like, here I am with this situation. It's not his fault. So I'm not going to get angry at Mark. I'm going to do something about it. But, the best way that I can take them is to live my life fully. Like, do all the things that I wasn't supposed to be able to do. But yes, obviously reading it at first, you go, oh my god, like, they did this so that I could have this life,
that's a parent's job, and they got. You're lucky that you got great parents, and they're lucky that they got a great son. And I don't reckon that they'd see it any other way. It was different to what everyone else did, and I don't reckon they'd ever really compare apples with fucking oranges. It's just that's the fruit salad that you get tossed when you have, like, Dunc's got 3 kids. All 3 of them are different. All 3 of them are identically the same. I've got identical twins. They're 99.9% identical genetically and fucking 100% opposite in so many aspects. It's like there's no horses for courses. But I think what your book enables people to see is the other side of you walking down the road and being Wobbles, that's and a lot of the time people don't see that and they don't understand that. And like for the most part, for those that don't understand, what is cerebral palsy and how did it come about for you?
See, that's the great thing about the book, because it does go into like that, but it explains it in real layman's terms, because I know it just sounds weird to everyone, but like, people would ask me what kind of cerebral palsy do you have. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I can't see myself. Like, it's shit, but we get on with it. Like, right? So that's like, next thing. And I guess that goes back to Mum and Dad. I was like, this is the problem, where's the solution? Not like, all the final details. That's for someone else to worry about.
Yeah.
But in real, like, how I understand it is I was deprived of oxygen at birth. I was dead when I come out. The doctors revived me. But due to the loss of oxygen, parts of my brain died. And they were the parts responsible for physical movement and fine motor skills. Fortunately, my intellect wasn't compromised, but many people would probably argue otherwise.
I reckon there's people out there going, fucking Jay's got cerebral palsy, he's dumb as fuck, he must have that part of his brain cooked out.
But it does range from being confined to a wheelchair or on the floor to someone very mild. It's a bit like autism, right? There's a massive spectrum, right? But us Walters do nothing by half, so I got the full fucking Monty. So that makes a lot of, again, Wobbles is not because I like fucking jelly. It was literally it explains how I move, which makes it pretty difficult to do like everyday things like prepare a meal, even feed myself is a bit difficult. just to get out the door more, like you mentioned. A lot goes into that, but I kind of try and keep that away from everyone because I just want to be Mark or Wobbles as you see me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here to be taken seriously and, have my job and all that. So, but I do like that the book does go into just how much it does take to get me, like, just out to go to work. Or just, and it's so much of my life I rely on someone. I rely on someone to do my basic needs. And many people don't have to worry about that. Like, if you guys forget your lunch, you need to go and buy a pie. If I forget my lunch, I can buy a pie that ends up on my lap. Like, or at least I be specific about what I can feed myself. But yeah, if I got killed tomorrow, like, fuck, I'll be a fat bastard. I'd love to just go and grab a fucking pie whenever I wanted to. That is such a luxury to me, just to be able to pick what you want for lunch. But yeah, well, I say I'm not one to dwell, and I get by because of what's in place. But yeah, so like I said, the book it does go into a little bit of just what goes into like the guy you see here.
Mate, it's been so much work. There's a couple of things I want to bring up, and I don't want to give away too much, but it's just like Jay said, he hasn't read that many hardcover books recently. I've I've listened to heaps, but I could count on fucking one hand. I've probably done one a year every year for the last 5 years.
What Dunc wants to know is, are you going to read it as an audiobook version?
Why not? Hey, man. And the audiobook.
But smash the thing out in like 4 days. It's a fucking incredible read. The one thing I want to bring up is your old boy fucking taking you fishing. You wanted to go. He was hell-bent on taking you out. But like even looking at you now, how you move, like that is a fucking nightmare scenario for a dinghy.
Absolutely.
And it almost went pear-shaped, and then you had to put it on ice for a bit because your mum and your sister didn't fucking really have that much fun, did they?
No, mate, they were not keen, but I still had the bug, even though straightened it up. But but that's there, and I think his parts of the book are really important for not just a father of a disabled child, but also any father that, a disability or a situation does not have to get in the way of a typical father-son relationship. Like, as you mentioned, he was so determined that I was going to fish. He taught me, instead of teaching me to ride a bike, he taught me how to drive a go-kart. So we still get that father and son bonding activities like any other able-bodied father and son would. And there's lots of the book that people are going to relate to and get out of it, but I think that is one. And a lot of men probably aren't big readers either. Said, chapter to me before. He's about a few words, but his words are quite impactful. And if there's anything you probably take away is that it's just how it doesn't have to get away with a father and son relationship. There are still ways you can have that bond.
Hey, I wanted to touch on it before because we're gonna have to let you go soon. But that the partner that you met after the Rock 2000, how did that come about? Because that was one of those things that in the book, like, we're massive fans of yours as well as friends, and that's always a tough role to play, like it's hard to be a fan of somebody and a friend, because it just starts to look from two different lenses. And I always want I just love your energy. I love your group of mates that you've got around you. You've got some real special humans around you that that only see you as Mark, the guy that loves to smash, piss, and party like the rest of us at the same age.
Yeah.
And they've always seen you that way. They'll smash people in the face for you for not showing you the respect that you deserve. And when it comes to your mates finding partners, what normally happens is that because we're so fucking sexually driven, the second that we can get our fucking dicks wet, we just peel off. We just fucking just vanish, like on people. But they stay close to you, and as a result of that, I guess there's a swarming effect. So it's almost you get to pick and choose who it is that you start relationships with. Who is the special person in your life?
So the lovely Elise, I met her through the charity that's in the book. I do a bit of work for a charity. So yeah, we went through that and had some fun one night, and then 5 years later, here we are buying a house. So
Yeah,
that's the quick version. But there's, she was, I think what made it easier, because I do touch on some of the struggles with relationships and, being disabled, so to get in the way. I think one thing that was different with Elise is that because she'd seen me in an environment before we got together, rather than just a random Tinder date or meeting at the pub or something. So she kind of already knew what the story was. Like, he needs a bit of help, or I have to feed him. I say all of a sudden one thing leads to another, and you're buying a house and demanding there's a bar in it for you so I can have them. Because I have an amazing circle of people around me. I think that is due to the fact that a lot of superpower that comes with cerebral palsy is a really good bullshit gauge. I know when someone is not actually hearing me, they're just pretending to listen, or they'll talk at me instead of with me. So I still, there's still that bit of me that always, connect with those people and keep them close. Because like you say, once you get dick wet, you run off, and you think you're going to get that all the time. You fucking don't. The big brother still for it, but just like any relationship. But no, and that's why, the bar in the house is just it's an open door policy, or, the boys know where it is. So, I wouldn't be here, because it took not just mum and dad. Obviously, it was a village. We had 30 volunteers come into the house every week. From a very young age, I was like, right, but, people is how you get shit done. It's you build relationships, and people are awesome, everyone's got a bit of a story, and, you build respect for each other. So, I do still try and keep those contacts close.
Fuck yeah, it's so sick. I love that you bought a fucking house with a huge fucking bar that should be a second lounge, and you're not taking it out.
What's good is this is like my dad's mindset of the whole number 8 wire thing. Is that my beer was a little bit too, because I drink a beer to a store. That's how I have all my front teeth still.
I've got a replacement. This is a fake tooth because of that exact reason. Smashing my face with a fucking bottle.
So and I busted the whole myth, it gets you pissed faster. It doesn't, and my bank account will put it. That's so bad. But he was like, it was a little bit too hard, so I had to kind of stand up to have a beer. And he looked at it and went, fuck that. This is your kind of house. You should be comfortable when you have a beer. So he built a rail just on the back of the bar. It's a little bit lower, so it's the perfect height for me just to move my foot. But now I take twice as much. It used to be an effort, but now it's right there.
Just a trough. Just a piss trough.
Oh, fuck, that's so good.
But yeah, that's there. He's always trying to find ways to make my life easier, and that's the approach he took.
Do you? Just before we wrap it up, now that you've got your partner, now that you've got your own house, do your because your parents were just attached to you so tight. Like, I mean, obviously I'd say that they would enjoy getting the space away from you and getting a little bit of their lives back. But they must feel like there is a fucking ginormous hole in their lives now, and that this amazing young lady has now become the center of your universe, and you're kind of just orbiting them now as a planet, as opposed to being a part of that solar system.
Yeah, that, like where I first moved out of home, which is like well before I met Elise. Yeah, Mum kind of was like, holy shit. Okay, like for 24 years, I was Mum's like, that was the first thing she saw, like, I need to feed my heart, get me up for the day. And then as you say, one day, that's just not there. But yeah, my parents, they never stopped helping. They made a foundation for kids that are born with disabilities so that they get the same opportunities that I did through the Ian 100 program. So I guess she kind of piled all her attention from me, went straight into that. And look, she loved it and she's doing a great thing. But yeah, another great thing is Elise gets on with my parents really well. So no, obviously I'm not the handiest around the house. Like, give me a hammer and fucking run. So I'm not going to do anything out of mine shortly. But my dad's very DIY, so he's out probably at least once a month just to hang out, be a family. Mum comes too, they love being, I guess they love seeing me as they live that life, that they put all that work into living. And they don't have to worry, am I being looked after or do I need feeding, because it's all taken care of. So it's really nice to be able to, not to pay the favour, but have them at my house,
So sick.
Have them not have to fund around and, scurry around and do stuff. Just they can relax, they can help, they can, just like any kind of family would.
You know what you need to give them? Give them some fucking grandkids and fill them back up again.
Oh, mate.
Still practicing?
Still practicing, mate. I think after all this shit with my birth, I kind of been put off by the whole thing. I know it's not genetic or anything, but it's just one of those things,
Does play in your mind. Reading
the book, you're going, Jesus Christ. Would I be that dedicated, or could I do? We all like to think we would do anything for our kids, but I think Mum and Dad kind of proved they had to do that, and then they went above and beyond, you never know what
where there's smoke, there's fire,
Yeah.
I love it how they probably thought they were, they were going to have you around forever, and then you fucking moved out of home at 24, which is earlier than most kids do now anyway.
I was still at home at 24.
Yeah, fuck. Your kids will still be with you when they're 30.
Fuck, mate, we're getting a one-bedroom yacht and sailing. Fucking catch up.
Right, Wobbles, mate. Have you signed some copies for us, have you, the book?
Yes, they're all signed.
Sick. What are we going to do? We'll do a keyword through the Not For Radio Facebook page. If you're keen on, it's a fucking great read.
Amazing read.
Just search Wobbles, go out and buy it. Or you can just use the keyword read and send that through the Not For Radio Facebook page. Make sure you put your first name, and your address and stuff so we can get it out to you.
Mate, so proud of you, love you, and it's so awesome to finally catch up. We'll have to come out and drink piss at your bar.
Absolutely.
We've got a truckload of Jim Beam that we're going to be bringing out, boy.
Absolutely, by all means.
Here's the book, Raw, uplifting, and deeply human. We didn't even touch on Ian Hunter, but what a fucking bloke he is.
Man.
Yeah, very, very knowledgeable man, and like I say, there's you can all have hope and stuff, and that's what he provides. But mate, if you don't put the hard work in, you're not going to get anywhere. I just don't think people nowadays they just expect.
Yeah.
They're like, oh cool, I bought the Kool-Aid. Why isn't it working? Right?
Yeah.
There's actually a lot more. You have as bad as it doesn't use itself. You just gotta operate it. So, and yeah, what you put in is what you get out, and I think that's what that book shows.
Do the mahi.
Yeah.
Get the fucking truth.
There's a lot put in, and there is a lot that's come out of it.
Absolutely. Thanks heaps, guys. Like I say, you guys have been real big supporters of me and the story. And yeah, it was a hard thing to put together. And I touched on with Mum, she found it quite difficult. But like, if it can provide someone not just with a disability or affected by disability, but anyone going through a bit of a struggle, or just to put something in perspective, I think they're going to get something out of that book. And like I say, there's 5 voices. So you think I'm a dick? Well, this is pretty cool. Like, just read Herbert. So,
Oh, man.
so
That's what shines through a lot of the book, too. You're just fucking funny. Like, you're good. And even like for the stuff where you can't remember when you know, you're younger and it's going to you anyway, because of course, it's, you know, it's your book, you're going to go to you. Like, all those bits when you were younger are just fucking funny as well. Like, it's great. Like, yeah, we'll be huge fans, obviously.
thanks, boys, heaps.
Mate,
Need
buddy,
you.
love you, brother. Well done. You're an author. That's fucking cool.
Well, too fucking right, lads. That's not for radio.
Little wee seat shuffle for those that are watching the video. Ta-da!
Huzzah!
Jeez, he's so good. Like,
Yeah.
like, I mean, we said it a million times in the chat, but like the book is well worth a read. You know when like you have the paralysis by analysis when you're choosing a book title. Like I've got the free app for the library, so that you can just, you know, get a loan on an audio book. And I look at it, there's 38,000 fucking titles. I'm like, where do you start? And you're like, oh, crime. And then you're like, what sort of crime? Like, this is just a good fucking book.
It's a good wholesome. It's a good wholesome read, and like you said, you get something out of it. I think for me, it was perspective and perception. Like where it always goes back to that for me, and you perceive that this is how something actually is, but when you see it from those different perspectives, and the way I love the fact that it was written in 5 different voices, all
It's the
having
first book I've ever had.
Yeah.
Read like, you know, I've ever read like that or listened to.
Yeah, it was beautifully done, and as you can tell, he's just a beautiful human. Like, he's fucking hyper intelligent. His job, we didn't go into it because he's probably not allowed to, but he's in the financial services industry at one of the biggest, if not the biggest bank in New Zealand, and he's like fucking top level shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I absolutely love to hear the news that he's you know, had a partner for that long, and then, you know, he's got the house and stuff, and just fuck yeah, he's a great human. It's awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, and well done to our PlayStation winner. Just going to shuffle back there to Josh Otto and Lower Hutt Wellington. Well done, mate. That's sick. Also, obviously, a thank you. This episode brought to you by the absolute weapons at Jim Beam. From backyard get-togethers to the post-match bevy, raise a glass of good times and great company with a bourbon that's best enjoyed together.
Cheers.
Have a great weekend. Go well, go long, and up the motherfucking waz.